Hello and welcome to today's episode of The Power of Words. I'm your host Sara, and today we're going to discuss a topic that affects students, parents, teachers, and society as a whole: bullying in school. Bullying is a complex attached in our institutions for generations. It is a problem that often remains hidden. Yet, its impact can be found very destructive. Today, I'd like to delve into the world of school bullying, explore its forms, its consequences, and most importantly, how we can get rid of it. First, let's define bullying. It's not just kids being kids or a rite of passage. Bullying is a pattern of aggressive behavior that is repeated and involves an imbalance of power. Bullying occurs everywhere, even in the highest performing schools, and it is hurtful to everyone involved, from the targets of bullying to the witnesses and even to bullies themselves. It can manifest in several ways, such as physical, verbal, relational, and now in the digital age, it can be cyberbullying. Physical bullying includes actions like hitting or stealing someone's belongings. Verbal bullying involves name-calling, insults, or spreading rumors. Relational bullying is about harming a person's social standing by excluding them or manipulating their relationships. Cyberbullying, the most recent addition, uses technology and social media to harass others. So, what are the consequences of bullying? The effects can be long-lasting and severe. Victims often experience anxiety, depression, and in worst cases can even self-harm or suicide. Also, the fear of bullying can lead to a lack of motivation to learn. But bullying doesn't just harm the victims. It can have a lasting impact on the bullies as well. Engaging in bullying behavior is often indicative of underlying emotional or psychological issues. If left unaddressed, these problems can persist into adulthood and contribute to a cycle of violence or other harmful behaviors. But what can we do to address and prevent bullying? It starts with open communication. Encourage students to talk about their experiences and feelings. Let them know that it's okay to ask for help. For parents and teachers, it's vital to listen without judgment and take all reports of bullying seriously. Education and awareness are key. Schools should implement anti-bullying programs that educate students about the consequences of their actions. These programs can help create a school culture where bullying is not tolerated. Students need school to be a positive climate where they feel safe. This reduces their own stress and potential aggression, allowing them to focus on the learning necessary for them to be successful in their lives. The causes of bullying are varied, meaning any student can become a target, regardless of gender, race, religion, or socioeconomic status. Understanding why students bully others can help teachers better combat it. Factors that can lead to bullying include differences in appearance, social status, race, and sexual orientation. Some students who bully others have low self-esteem. However, there are others that have much higher self-confidence. Those with high self-confidence tend to lack compassion and empathy and can respond aggressively whenever they feel threatened. In some cases, students' need for attention and the desire to be perceived as brave and confident can cause them to bully. Students who experience issues at home, such as abuse or a divorce, can cause them to bully others due to anger or jealousy. But which people have a high risk of being bullied? We think that children with disabilities such as physical, developmental, emotional, and sensory disabilities are at an increased risk of being bullied. Any number of factors such as physical factors, social skill challenges, or intolerant factors may increase the risk. Research suggests that some children with disabilities may bully others as well. Kids with special health needs, such as epilepsy or food allergies, also may be at a high risk of being bullied. Bullying can include making fun of kids because of their allergies, exposing them to the things they are allergic to. In these cases, bullying is not just serious, it can mean life or death. Cyberbullying is a particular concern in our digital age. Schools should educate students about online safety and consequences of their actions. There are also websites dedicated to addressing and preventing bullying, offering resources and support to those affected. Legal consequences should also be in place. Ensure that there are clear consequences for bullying behavior. When students understand the seriousness of their actions, then they may think twice before engaging in bullying. Technology can play a significant role in addressing and preventing bullying. Authorless reporting systems in school can provide a safe way for students to report incidents. Social media platforms should enforce stricter policies against cyberbullying and provide easy ways to report abusive behavior. Preventing bullying in schools requires a multifaceted approach that involves students, teachers, parents, and the community. Here are some essential steps that school can take to prevent bullying. Educate students. Teach students about the different forms of bullying, the negative consequences, and how to recognize and report bullying behavior. This education can be integrated into the curriculum and reinforced through workshops. Train staff. Provide training for teachers and support staff on how to recognize, address, and prevent bullying. Ensure that staff members are equipped to respond effectively and support victims. Support victims. Provide support and counseling services for bullying victims. Ensure that they have access to resources to help them cope with the emotional and psychological impact of bullying. Celebrate diversity. Embrace and celebrate diversity within the school community. Encourage tolerance and acceptance of people from different backgrounds, cultures, and abilities. Preventing bullying is an ongoing process that requires the commitment and involvement of everyone in the school and community. It's essential to create an environment where all students feel safe, respected, and valued. In conclusion, bullying in schools is a complex issue that we all know. By creating a culture of open communication, education, and support, we can make a positive impact in our schools and communities. Remember, it's a conversation that truly matters. Bullying is a critical issue that demands our attention. It's important to know that there are solutions and support systems in place. Bullying is a social issue that we all need to take responsibility for. By raising awareness, educating our children, and actively working to prevent and address bullying, we can create a safer and more inclusive place for students. Thank you for joining me on this episode of The Power of Words. If you found this podcast informative, important, and helpful, please share it with others who need to hear this message. Until next time, let's work together to end bullying. Take care and be kind to others.